Yeah. Well, now it feels like home. Thank you all very much. Let me first thank the chairman and everyone here. Yep. Look, what a shock. You're for Trump. I'm going to fall over dead. Now look, every one of those boos, every one of those catcalls, every one of those yells will not keep it. Yes, sure. Will not solve one problem we face in this country. Will not solve, and will not make this country better. Your anger against the truth is reprehensible. When you think about the problems that our country and this world is facing, when you think about that, this type of pettiness is beneath the process of electing a president. Yeah. And as people watch today, if your arguments are so strong, if your arguments are so great, and mine are so bad, then just keep quiet. Let me make my awful arguments, and then you can just reject them out of hand. But the problem is you fear the truth.
That's Republican presidential candidate Chris Christie speaking to an audience filled with MAGA Republicans at the Florida Republican Summit, which featured all of the Republican presidential candidates. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch network. I want to show you as well what Republican candidate, former governor of Arkansas, ASA Hutchinson, said and how the crowd responded to him as well. Here, play this clip.
As someone who's been in the courtroom for over 25 years as a federal prosecutor and also in defending some of the most serious federal criminal cases, I can say that there is a significant likelihood that Donald Trump will be found guilty by a jury on a felony offense next year. That may or may not happen before you vote in March. And it might not make any difference to you, but it will make a difference for our chances to attract independent voters in November. It will make a difference for those down ticket races for Congress and Senate. And it will weaken the GOP for decades to come. As a party, we must support the rule of law. We cannot win as a country without integrity in the White House. And while some will ignore the destructive behavior of the former president, I assure you we ignore it at our own peril. The next generation will not look favorably back on this time.
And here's the thing, as I reflect on Asa Hutchinson, former governor of Arkansas's speech, Chris Christie, former governor of New Jersey, also former federal prosecutor, Chris Christie was. As I watch their speeches, even though I vehemently disagree with all of their policies, even though I think that they enabled MAGA to take root in our country, which is almost unforgivable, as I listen to them speak the truth as it relates to Donald Trump, as it relates to the importance of our democracy, regardless of the fact that I vehemently disagree with them, I think it is important that we reflect on what this 2024 election is all about. Because, folks, I've been saying it here a lot on the MeidasTouch network. I don't believe it's about Democrat versus Republican. I don't believe it's about progressive or liberals versus conservatives. I don't believe that framework is where we are in 2023 approaching 2024. I think the framework is pro-democracy and MAGA fascism. That's it. Pro-democracy is made up of liberals, progressives, conservatives, independents, people not affiliated with political parties. And you've got a wide array of ideas and political views, but fundamentally, it is supportive of our democracy, facts, and we should have respectful disagreements, but ultimately try to do what's best for the United States of America as a democracy. On the other side, you've got MAGA. You got Trump. It's this idiocracy plus fascism equals MAGA. And it so does not reflect what our country should be about. I mean, you have Donald Trump out there, and I did it in another video, constantly praising Viktor Orban. Viktor Orban of Hungary, Viktor Orban of Hungary, this, Viktor Orban of Hungary. Okay, you know inflation in Hungary is 20%. You know what the entire GDP of Hungary is? The entire GDP of Hungary is about $180 billion. So for a year, annual GDP. That is less than the annual revenue of Apple. It's basically equal to the annual revenue of Cigna. And that's what Donald Trump wants the United States to be, Hungary? I mean, what are we talking about here? He constantly criticizes, condemns our allies. He calls our military leaders idiots and morons and stupid, while he praises people who are truly stupid and idiots and who hate the United States of America. He praises the Orbans, the Putins, the Kim Jong-uns, and attacks our allies and fundamentally attacks our democracy. And so, you know, you have people like Christie and ASA Hutchinson who I disagree with, but I still think support our democracy. And then on the other hand, you got people like this. This is Matt Gaetz from that same speech at the summit in Florida, talking about his role in helping MAGA Mike become Speaker of the House. Play the clip.
Congressional leadership, they sat me down before all this and said, I just lacked patience. But it seemed more to me that they lacked courage. And now one of them lacks keys to the Speaker's office.
And again, when we want to talk about fundamental competence, you got MAGA Mike who wants to MAGA-splain to us things about the budget, even though these MAGA Republicans are the ones who added $8 trillion of debt. They ran up record deficits. MAGA Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, doesn't have a checkings or savings account. He's a Speaker of the House. He doesn't have a checking account or a savings account. What in the world? Here's Matt Gaetz talking about defunding the DOJ and FBI. Play the clip.
Differently, to me, chaos is no budget. Chaos is an unaccountable administrative state. Chaos is a weaponized federal agency, everything from the DOJ to the FBI to the ATF, and I would defund every last damn one of them if we don't get them back on the side of our people. Chaos is voting on funding the whole government all at once.
And here's Matt Gaetz basically saying the MAGA movement is on the rise, and this MAGA movement is going to take over the country. Here, play this clip.
The Make America Great Again movement is ascendant. Mike Johnson is House Speaker, and Donald John Trump will be the next President of the United States. And I'm not going anywhere.
And I leave you with that last clip right there, because if that doesn't scare you, I don't know what else is going to scare you right there. And don't let that scare you and deter you. Do something about it. Take action. There's an election coming up in Virginia. Go reach out to the DNC or go find some groups that are out there canvassing in Virginia. Take action. Election's November 7th. Do something about it. Register voters. Make sure you're registered to vote. Do something about it. About 18 million people watch this channel every 48 hours. If we all just did a little bit and register just a little bit, it's going to be the difference in this election. So I will call upon you, if you can, just take action. You could share the channel. It could be something just like that. Share the channel with friends, family, coworkers. But make sure you register people to vote. Spread the word. Start now. It'll have a huge impact. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 2 million subscribers thanks to your support. And check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch, and have a great day.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram at MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.